While growing up, I can remember clearly there were days when I drank sugar and water for drinks. Like, you know, when you're hungry, you feel for something and there's nothing to eat, you just mix some sugar and water. And for those who don't know what it is, like literally plain sugar and you just mix it with water. And I would have that just to fill my belly. Things like cornflakes and milk, the literal simple tin milk that you see, that would be a luxury. Like, probably I'll see those things like once a year. That's how scarce it was, and I believe it was expensive, because if you can't have it, that means it must expensive. So it's not like nowadays these kids have their little pantry or their little basket of snacks. They feel hungry, they just run go grab a snacks. No, when I was growing up, like when I want a snacks or I feel for a snacks, I had to go and fry a banana, and then that would be my snack. If I feel hungry sometimes, I'd have to go fry like a egg, like, you know when you have them make a fireside, you can barely reach up in the pot. Yeah, if me not fry the banana, me I roast it. If me not roast banana, me I roast plantain or a piece of yam, something. But so that's how I'd pretty much take care of hunger when I was younger. And it's not just me, like majority of us that was in the family. When you grow up like this, the truth is you just see it as something normal, and like, did I use it in the right context? Well, whatever that slang means. So it wouldn't be much of a big deal until you like go out and you start experience other things and just see people doing other things. You're like, damn, I was really broke when I was experiencing this type of life. But when you're in it day in and day out, it just come like nothing. It's just a normal day of your life. Now, for parents who like grew up in a similar situation or even worse, I'm not gonna say my situation was bad or anything like that. And you have a child now, and you're pledged that you're going to give your child the best and give them a life that you never had. But given the fact that you may not be living in a similar condition or situation now, I believe it's safe to assume that your child's life or kid's life is almost 10 times better than what it was before. So you don't have to necessarily kill up yourself, in my opinion, to say you're going to give them a better life, because it is automatically happening without you even have to do anything. So I believe that you should prioritize teaching them things that you didn't know versus giving them material things that you didn't have. Again, I'm not saying don't take good care of them or anything like that, and I'm just saying focus on teaching and passing on values that you didn't have. So as far as I can remember, I was always good with money, because I can remember like when I was in grade 6, I was always saving out of the little $50 that I was given for lunch money. So I remember I brought my savings to school one day, and like the kids believed that I was rich because it was like a lot of money. And this goes to show that like none of us didn't really know what money looks like. Like we don't know what a lot of money looks like. So with that now, I believe you should normalize teaching kids or just giving them exposure to money. Show them how much you're going to spend. This is how much I have, and all of those cool things. So when I say little money, they're not so surprised. It's not a lot. Now, I believe that a lot of us are hustlers, and like from early out, I was selling CD back when I was in high school. Like I used to borrow CD, copy them, and then buy some blank CD and then burn it and sell several copies. So I would buy a CD for like $100, buy some blank CD for like $10 per one, then copy that CD and then burn it and then resell it for a profit. Like those were good skills to have, but there was like no form of mentorship to say, hey, you can start doing this and start doing this, focus on a business, start doing that. The primary focus was primarily going to college. So throughout high school, I didn't have like reliable internet like some of my peers, so I'd have to get the music from some of them, or I just have to go ahead and buy a CD. But I don't know if some of you guys know about Razr phone and the free internet. During that little period when you could get free internet, I remember by typing a special code and you get dial-up internet for free. Like I had to literally waited like 3 days for even a song to download when I got the dial-up internet to work. And sometimes these download fails and then you have to start the process all over again just to get the latest music. So sometimes nowadays some people are kill up themselves about Netflix, and me I say, sure, if me can't afford the Netflix bill, then all I'm gonna do just use the fast internet and download a movie. Why do I need a Netflix subscription? Oh, it's convenient. I mean, you're gonna spend just an hour scroll through Netflix to find a good movie just the same. Yeah, it will probably take less than 5 minutes if you download the same movie that you are going to watch anyways. So this was one of my little side hustles that I used to generate income while I was in high school and little after I graduated as well. So after high school I went straight to sixth form, but I literally quit midway upper six. Like, this was too hard for me, I couldn't bother. And during that same time I was already accepted for a college. Like, my grades fell like 40, and even though I had paid for the courses, like, I just couldn't manage and I call it quits. One thing about upper six though, like, it is the hardest level of schooling I've done personally. Like, when I did up sixth form, I was like wondering, like, how do people go to sixth form and then go to college and fail college courses? Because in my opinion, there's no schooling for me that was more difficult than sixth form. So while I was out of school then for the period of time, the next thing I did was I was, what do you call it now, conductor. I've been a doctor on a bus, and trust me, I was shy and I was wondering, like, literally, how am I on earth is going to load bus as a shy person? Another thing which I was doing then, since I was also selling CD, I developed a love for music, like using virtual DJ to mix music. So there was times my DJ name was DJ Wizkid, like. Yeah man, I used to go some little parties and shit. Like, I did develop the skills, I did really have a little passion for that. But that little dream kind of died. I believe my career rested when Vybz Kartel got prison. That's the honest truth. And the other one was when I was in my first year at UTech, right? And there was a dorm competition for the dorm DJ. And I share the place no man. I remember, like, them, one of the rules was no expletives, and me go job boom bye bye. And I got disqualified, and from then I believe, like, I did kind of forget about this whole music thing, because then that would have been the big break for me, you know, because the winner would have gotten the chance to go and play to College Rave. And then if I had gotten the chance to go and play at College Rave, then I know I would have shelled College Rave, and then I would have gotten the exposure. And then from this, you know, so probably every Thursday I had College Rave and I shell College Rave. Just saying, who knows? But the focus was mainly on get your degree, because that's the thing. We didn't really see anything as success in terms of making money and all of that. We only see degree and job, nothing else really. Now, a lot of times individuals ask, do you need a degree? Is a degree beneficial? Is it profitable? Well, I'm gonna say in my case, yes. For me, it was the best investment, to be honest, really. But the thing with school is that school, I don't think it was designed for us to become financially literate. It was designed to generate disciplined employees for the workforce. So school is doing its function very well. Financial literacy, that's a different thing. But the thing is, do I really need a degree to do what I actually do on a day-to-day basis? No, because all the courses that were a part of the degree, you can get better value for doing certifications than the actual degree. The degree is padded with a lot of junks, a lot of things that you don't need in the degree just to span you that 4 years. And that's the honest truth. Why am I doing things like environmental science? I don't know. Things like information technology as an IT professional, right? I had to do that a part of my degree when I already had a grade 1 in information technology. I literally had to spend about $40,000 thereabout to do the same IT course which I did in high school for a fraction of the cost. So those things to me are kind of a robbery, but the system is not at the place yet where it's going to accept just a random person who say, hey, I can do X, Y. I don't believe the system is there as that. So most cases you're going to need that degree to get in the corporate system. But outside of that, if you're just going to focus on business and freelance, you really don't need a degree, but you need the right guidance and mentorship to get to that place. I remember during my final year of college, I did a course called Professional Development Seminar, and there was a guy speaking and he was talking about investments, stocks, bonds, and he was talking about 5%. And I was there saying, yo, 5%, I'm gonna get a good job that's gonna pay all of these things. I'm gonna be rich from my job. That's exactly what I was thinking, because there's no financial literacy before, and I was of the view that I can make a ton of money just by working a 9 to 5. Not saying you can't make a ton of money, but in order to accelerate the process or get where you want faster, you have to invest in additional assets. So when I got my 9 to 5, my number one priority was to save my way to wealth. That's the only thing I know. But then I realized, I started to do the maths, I started to look at how much a house really costs, I look how much a car really costs, and then I realized that I can't save my way to achieve these things. So that's when I started seeking, and I started finding answers through books like The Rich Dad Poor Dad and The Richest Man in Babylon. So because I was already saving, I didn't have to develop any form of emergency fund because that was there already. So I kind of just jumped right into investing. However, I start with the bare minimum of 10% of my income. That's literally where I started, and the more I understand, the more I learn, I start to increase the amount of how much I invest on a monthly basis. So I move from 10%, and depending on how much my income would be for a month, then it would go all the way up to 60%. So my number one priority was invest as much as possible and remain debt free, because debt means stress, and debt means you need a job, and as a young adult, I didn't want to have myself in a position where I need to be relying on a job. No, I want, if push come to shove, employer say, hey, I don't need you anymore tomorrow, I'm fine with that. I don't want any form of stress. So personally, for me, I made the best of my first 9 to 5. Instead of using it to acquire liabilities, I use it to acquire assets and develop multiple streams of income. Another habit that I developed was one where I invest the equivalent of what I spend. So if I'm going to be going to a hotel that's going to run me around $50,000, right? You better know that before I go on that hotel, I'm going to be investing that $50,000 before I go on the hotel trip. And I believe for a lot of people start looking at things like this, start taking this approach, they will really realize the different things that they can or cannot afford. For example, COVID-19 was about it, and I was thinking about getting a car, taking out a car loan, right? And I'm saying, why am I debt free now? I have a car that I'm not paying for. Why on earth should I take up a car loan and start making a monthly payment to the bank for what? So instead of taking out a car loan, I ensure that that money that I'll be paying for the car, I make sure that that amount was invested each and every single month. And that's just my simple approach to life and investing. At this point, not yet a millionaire, but I'll be a future millionaire. When I mean future millionaire, I mean US dollars, US dollar millionaire. That's something that it's not a goal. So based on the work that I've put in, the investments that I've made, in the future I will be a millionaire. But the key now is to see how faster I can get to that target. A very important thing that I realized early in my journey was that complaining won't get me anywhere. So if I wake up tomorrow and have a problem with somebody, my income, complaining about it, not going to solve it. I have to get up, go and work and fix my own problems. So that was very crucial in me becoming a better person each and every day. Now, a mistake a lot of young people are making is that because they think they work hard all year, right? They believe they must reward themselves with something nice. They must go and run up a credit card, getting credit card debt. Now, when you work so hard, right, and get yourself something nice, you reward yourself, don't you have to go and work as hard just to pay off that thing that you treated yourself to? Because you think you work hard. So that means you're going to be always keep on working harder in order to clear off debt. Reward yourself with things that you can afford. If you can't invest equivalent, you can't afford it. It is that simple.